try to flesh it out. To me, that's the engine that drives all of your writing, drives when you go out on stage at night. You know, why would a grown man of my age want to go out and drench himself and exhaust himself at this late date? All right, there's only one reason, because he has to. All right.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday again, so it's time for a vlog. Last week's was a little long. Of course, you know, I was talking to you about my heart attack, and this week, since I'm pretty much just hanging around, recuperating, you know, getting stronger, getting healed up. This vlog will probably be fairly short. I haven't started rehab yet. I can't do that until after November the 14th, which is roughly 4 weeks after the heart attack. I have to do a stress test. They won't do that until the 4-week mark. Once I do the stress test, if everything's good with that, then I can start rehab, hopefully get back to work, and you know, resume a pretty normal life. A couple of, you know, life changes that you have to do when you have a heart issue is you have to, you know, watch your diet. A lot of that encompasses eating things that are lower in salt, saturated fats, trans fats, which I'm committed to do. I've always been able to pretty much eat whatever I wanted. I'm one of the lucky ones, don't be mad at me. But I've always been able to, you know, eat whatever I want. Barbecue, you know, desserts, snacks. I'm a snacker. I've had to commit, you know, to living a more healthy lifestyle. So that's what I'm doing. I want to be around. I want to hang around and, you know, be here as long as, you know, God willing, as long as I'm supposed to be here. I've had a lot of kind of downtime, you know. Karen's back at work and had time to research a lot, the way we cook, change the way we eat out. You know, I can't just order fettuccine alfredo every time I go out to a restaurant. I have to watch those things. Even though my cardiologist says that it's probably a genetics thing. My cholesterol is not high, never been high. I do have high blood pressure that runs in my family. My mom, my brother, my sister, uncles. Lots of people in my family have high blood pressure, but that's been regulated with medication. I've been on high blood pressure medicine for several years. Been regulated. All that's changed. All of the medicines have changed. I've had to get used to taking medicine 2 times a day instead of just one morning routine of prescription medicine and supplements and vitamins. So little things like that I've got to get used to, or devices and things that help you with that. And I'll kind of show you my routine if it helps. It's fall, finally. The trees are turning, the leaves are falling. Of course, I'm freaking out because I can't go out and get my leaves up like I like to, so they're piling up. And when it does come time for me to be able to get the leaves up, it's going to be a mess. So again, this one will be a short vlog, and I'll just kind of go through some things that I've been doing and kind of show you a little bit of my routine. And I do want to say a big thank you to all of my friends and, you know, family members and everyone who have sent text messages, cards, letters, phone calls, just checking on me, making sure everything is okay. I will tell you, I feel really good. I feel great. If I'm up, you know, longer probably, and I push myself. I'm trying to get my strength back, and I'm trying to get to the point when they say, hey, you can go back to work, boom, I'm ready to go. So I, walk around. I went to church on Sunday. That kind of wore me out, but just things like that, just to get my feet back under me and be ready to go when they give me the green light. So if they say, hey, you're ready to go back to work, if I can get on the schedule, I'm back, the next few days after they give me that go ahead. Once I start the rehab, I'll kind of take you along on that. And what I hope to do is learn from what they teach me in rehab that I can take to my gym with me, and just continue to exercise and eat right, and do the things I need to do to stay healthy. But I do appreciate all my friends, all my family, even people that I don't know that well have sent me messages, going, wishing me well, and wishing me a speedy recovery. Like I said, I do feel great. I monitor my blood pressure and my heart rate. They're still a little elevated, but that's to be expected. My heart's healing, so it's going to take a little bit. I am determined to get get completely back to better than I was before. So anyway, here's a few tidbits of some things that I hope interest you, and I'll see you guys next week. Good morning. About to make some French press coffee. I'll show you the 4 slowest minutes in history. It takes 4 minutes to make French press coffee, and it's the longest 4 minutes. So here it goes. Finally.
In common with songwriting, but it's a bit of another job also. So
Bruce Springsteen.
Part of the early parts.
Live in our Soho Apple store with
something?
another one of my favorite guys, Eddie Q.
A period of so many pages, So
I love the way you did it in the short story versions of it. I think it allowed you to present it almost like a song.
Yeah, that was just what happened. I didn't have a plan when I started. I didn't have a plan. I wrote a little bit, then I had a little subchapter. Then I wrote a little bit more, and I had a little subchapter. So that was just the way it asked to be written, really.
Sorry about the
like
notification.
I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
And you talk a lot about that in the book. And spiritually, how do you think, those things have impacted your music and your life?
Well, I had the worst of the Catholic school experience. It was the 50s. There were all the nuns and the priests. We lived virtually at the church. There was our house. There was a little grassy field, and there was the church, the convent, priest's rectory, the Catholic grammar school, and it was all on top of us, and we were on top of it. So we lived just in the bosom of the Catholic Church my whole childhood, and it gave them incredible influence over our thoughts and our feelings, and a lot of it was instilled by fear in those days, which was very effective, and so I made it for 8 years, and after that I couldn't take any more. By the 6th grade I was already really rejecting it and getting in a certain amount of trouble, but it sort of ruined the religion for me, in that I could never go back with an open mind and really embrace it again. But it entered into my writing very deeply, and it stayed there since I started. My songs are filled with Catholic imagery, filled with Christian imagery. They deal with a lot of morality and different questions about living. So it was very, very connected to the Catholic Church, and my music has gained a lot of power from that imagery. So and I still use it quite regularly. It was a very good language to write in. Not quite as good to live in, but it was a good language to write in.
Bruce is the man.
I wasn't a very good altar boy. I thought I was until I heard.
A lot of you guys know that Dancing Queen by ABBA was my ringtone for a long time. So this morning I'm watching the Today Show. Check this out.
And Dancing Queens Unite.
They're having a reunion.
The ABBA reunion, 35 years in the making.
Yes!
This is what fans have really been waiting for.
Yes!
Thursday, October 27th, 2016.
Awesome.